Oh my munyina aha emma kwaba United Television so eni o memu ane amanone nsem ne bre aso semufo aso ne so amayen de ebekenkan ne sekase e de amamo this way chocolate drink de ohia hey enso hie have your special ice enso e wodwa so enso ede ne bo eda fo papa special drinks flavors bebre eka ho ebe ansa na best point savings and loans and the best assurance ekita emu a ye de ensem no eba yehwe ensem a oba betie ebie emrashe bedwa agi $750 million bosia Ghana ban airpen no waje atum adi ama aban na nsa betumi aka na ode aye ejuma IMF ya omeyen ni abra ye pese chinchin achen yekono Kopek hye nkom se ansha IMF kono ebema fan wo bon asan akoso bumbio edi aka ho ewo mai emo na yako esnafo south mensi wa hafo mantam emo a na nanu himfo chese adesuafo bebranka oso mo be school no eso ate esen school feed na enhyeda enyina ne naso ewo empotemo enti na amononi ensemo no hu bi enna mframem se Russia mampanyi Vladimir Putin ase wanya cancer enso CIA penyipa ba kwa babonti se enye no kre Putin ogina ne naso ne ho eden papa ensem no bebre eka we ho me de be mawo e wo kase emo okenkan for eyeme Obahima Afia Asiedu yentie ensem no enchiemu Mrashi bedwafo akwasetena enumu nom de ababeto dwa se entiase enhyehyeye a Ghana ban ene African Export Import Bank eyeye na onam so epe busia bese $750 million no wo mu emrashi bedwam wagiato.
I agree that if you look at the budget statement, page 232 and appendix 3A, the Minister of Finance has said to us that they are going to the Eurobond market or maybe you go for a term loan worth 4.8 billion US Ghana cedis. The speaker, this translates to about $750 million US. And that is why I was at a loss that the minister responsible for finance had requested us to approve $1 billion US for him. The speaker, we cannot approve $1 billion US. But I agree that the $750 million US is in the budget. And so it calls on all of us to support it. Mr. Speaker, because of the debt sustainability issues, the minister must take steps to reduce government expenditure. So, Speaker, that is the elephant in the room. Fiscal dominance is the elephant in the room. Our debt has reached a level that if care is not taken, we cannot repay. And so I urge the ministry, in as much as we will support you to build up the reserves, you have to make sure that in building it, you watch the debt levels.
Mr. Speaker, under paragraph 7 on page 13, we see clearly the items that this facility will be used to finance. Table 2 on page 13. It is important to indicate, Mr. Speaker, that the ministry communicated that the above costs indicated are indicative. They are indicative estimates for the project, and that in the actual execution, the figures may vary. The committee, Mr. Speaker, having carefully examined the agreement, is convinced that the facility forms part of government's international capital market program aimed at raising funds to finance critical infrastructure projects in the 2022 budget. Accordingly, we urge this House to approve this motion and to approve this facility in order that we may reap the benefit that the facility would bring. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
So, Mr. Speaker, all issues for clarifications, all issues of accountability, government cannot resolve from it. Because, Mr. Speaker, clearly the minister will be obliged to come to this House to report. So we would want to allay fears of members. But, Mr. Speaker, as to political and partisan comments, I will not go into it. We've not had the election for 2024. Obviously, this government has 2.5 years more to demonstrate its competence. And we have so far been able to introduce major social intervention programs, which programs have sustained the economy, but as these programs have come at a cost, no doubt. So, Mr. Speaker, whereas we would appreciate argument should be made on cost. In the same vein, an argument should be made on the investment made by the government so far. The investment made to save the Ghanaian who has saved his money and nearly lost money through the financial crisis we nearly entered into. The free SHS program has come at a cost. Ghanaians who were in very underprivileged situations are now enjoying quality education. Mr. Speaker, we have to begin from somewhere. We have begun from somewhere. We will get somewhere. So, Mr. Speaker, these must be considered, and I believe that government in good faith will utilize these funds for the purpose intended.
Yako emrashebejam Ghana yemam panyin dada John Evans Atamels otina nanom ewon Asiedu no emfinhia du eye enne pepepe na emrashebejafo bebre na edi ne ho adansepa a wo kansem ede kai no ibiye honorable Samokoje to ablakwa ene omampanyin dada John Evans Atamels ni nua bema Samuel Mills ene afoforo bebre yenko e na ye ne amane bo for Prince akwa entwetwe enkomo akwa mahai
Opa mejoso
bibia boko
nyakofa do gidi so ho
nyame adome ho yentie amane boy Prince yentie
yo yema Ghana for ina apaba efantry na shere dofi na eme eye be kan say obi be say birthday announce bi a awoda kese de ma Ghana man pani dada wonya ne birthday eko owura even atamos na enemo na owura Samuel Okujato Abrafa onye North Town na shere de gani ono eye statement ewo floor ede mama na okasa de kasa emu no e na wo chire mu say owura Samuel Atamos and say even Atamos sorry eyo obi a no owotema ede ma enipa nyinara na omampani a na nkedu pempenso obi kwa na enipa bi ntumi enko ne nchen no obie ne pono ede toko ede ma nipa nyinara say obi a bitumi eno no edi enkomo na say nipa we say obi a Ghana for ebe twe ne pa na Ghana for so ashra de kese enti na no esi no na so ru asi na mo a yi nyenu se ru astika eno no so na ne du se be tu dwa chire mu se wo mu se na one na manu ku mu die na so no ye Ghana nyinara mampani owura Evans Atamos ahonke kan na ahonfama ne point of pass to na mo no point of so born bra if the classroom so the bpia bonti be join amanu asem no ayo bi a nipa nyina betumi asua ade edi free ne nyema pa ana se ne nyema pa odi tu atwa oda da di magana fo nyina ehu bi na owie no na afi owura no oyemia edi ma owura Atamosa onya ne be di ekoro afi omakasa so be gyina na so ne owura Samuel Atamos so be gyina na so eno so kasaye na ani je 7 se menu se obreni sa na mo owura Samuel Okujato Abrafa ono ye the North Town ma she be gani okofa asemi e ba ye no likely me sa aka no ewo ahoma no so sima ba ko na me no e mo no top fast e na she nu crime ma otumi tu anamon we say we be fie no we kasenka ade na ye jama bi leadership moment tu sa anamon no na e de na she nu crime e de no hu wo na ban mu a owura no ne ho keka mu enti tu sa no opani mo akwa dwa YouTube so
yo me da semenia enne eye da won kasa wagina won na so na so dafie na what all these statements they can say nkai kata e de ba bonten e de akai owura Evans Atamos they na she won kwan chema wutu sa na mo yesi
sana obia name no Professor John Evans Atamos onona or discover me onona or dem by national politics onona or appointing me at the very tender age of 28 as deputy minister for information na at the time no Obekaya many people were not too sure about the confidence or what in young people and Obekaya that was a very a risky thing, or not only me, BTC Honorable Haruna Idris, Honorable Fifi Kwete, Honorable Gracie Frianka, Honorable Omane Buama, and others. And because now we're a lecturer for almost 30 years and of believing in the potential, the dynamism of young people, no, or the opportunity. And even though even some of the elders within the party, I can say, oh, why are you, promoting the Team B team and all of that, he still had confidence in us. I have always been inspired, and he's always been my mentor. And there, Anka Odaso Awo, Anka Obedi 78. Sorry, Anka Obedi 78, and there you won on 21st July 1944. And he may deliver a statement where to commemorate my 78th birthday. And in 3 days' time, so now it will mark 10 years of his passing, which is a milestone. And Osha Ejima, President Mills, Obeye as president, Ononomaya, the highest GDP growth rate of 14.4%. Onona Oye, the first president, Otumeyamaya, 1 million metric tons of cocoa production. Onona Oye, the president, for the first time, Okase, as I said, region Bia, Enya Public University, ROC, University of Health and Allied Sciences, Volta region, University of Energy and Natural Resources, Bono Hafu region, EC University, the University of Environment and Social Development, or plans, maybe Bia, or President Mahama and President Akufo-Addo. To be fair to them, and now that university has been completed. Into Osha ne record. I mean, the longest sustained period of single-digit inflation. It is Oya President, why be Amagana, Osha ne modesty, ne ahobrasia, ne even the size of his convoy, lean government, onya wasteful, Oyobia, very calming effect, very punctual. And those are all qualities that are relevant today. I call them the philosophy of Millsism. And yet to me, I adapted that Millsism and a Millsian philosophy in our leadership now. The kind of challenges, difficulties, tensions, unemployment, and all the crises are here facing. And then if we really go into his philosophy of leadership, I bet to me, Abua or my way, to me, a rescue of mine. To return on the path of transformation.
Samuel Okujatu, and then I would say, Ochechen, some who drew said, we can born a top, you can see Subu. So I say, Omuguso, Moye, debate no our chamber, and see what I could remember. Jobapa, some Confucian Honum India, and that's the two drive the film. I don't know.
Prince Akwa Ebema mo ene ejuma we amane bofo osi anemo wo Ghana Nrahye Bedwam na yedaso wo Nrahye Bedwam Ghana Association of Industries wo mabomodia ne Nrahye Bedwafo no ahia twetwe nkomo bisa se wadaro mo mafam de ben no mbetuma de aboa ama mfididwuma akonkan
say private enterprise e wo say e kan ban ho na eboa ma adwuma bo manum say e bitimia ayesa just say abandon so the nemegu ekwamo between amboa private enterprise omu hia nsuo omu hia akwan omu hia electricity omu hia enkanea awo baby am be adwuma no am adwuma na timi akoso adwuma bia ne enipa wo hia wo adwuma no mu nti education ye gomesua no so wo say eboa industry so hono say betimi enya omo amoye nipa betimi akɔhye enwuma no mu ama adwuma na timpon so because so bi kosua maybe a sociology what they call pharmacy adwuma mu a industry a ontimi nye they was ehunu adwuma ɔman no pɛ ɛno nkyɛ sociology no nye o nyesa na meka na bɛsɛ mkyɛ sɛ enema ye hia wo man mu at any given time no ɛna was a focus on bi amra so sɛ a focus on pharmacists ni doctors and I say industry for or say the adwin see almost say the adwin miss almost so be ma scholarships they are trainee or more whilst living there we be so kusunya any other course abetumi aye but near here on mine no samre no man discussion what this no ama etimi nya the rightful products amamba boa industry sana amaya etumpon no omoye
industries ya investi bebre ya pese nyuma ne tumpon ne betumpon a ejinema bebre so ade titru bakopa any laws e governing oman mu because bibia ye de etchire oman no de etchire nyuma no ni nyina free parliament na eba laws ni nyina parliament na ye no say taxes a aban intimi fa tax ma omra on fan call parliament say contract and as agreement be no sign. The agreement they have implications on businesses. It all goes through Parliament. Nti ehu say Parliament is a major stakeholder. Si ignore mo ewo yendwuma na ye nemu a enwuma ye no enkoso. Nti ohu hia ye pa enu nti na nei ye invite on say parliamentarians no both minority and majority no omo ne ye mekasa. Ne enso ye ne omo enkasa. Ne enchechro ne ma hayen. Na say laws bi ni no so omo pass ya. Omo adwen ho say industry issues ni nti na say you taken into account na boa Ghanaian industry say grow
Akwantu Suafo Nobo Kweko for Yesiama. Na odia to dress 2015 and na Ghana Airport Company Limited ombo modia etu sunwan airport mso omo yensesi nyame adom ekoma dawo se sei die o chema wi mhye betimetu amebi nso akwa ebeboapa
Wiamushan jina bia ne wo sunwane samre no na nya de fa nipa esi nipa wo honom na 1969 mu ena mpinfo dane ani ema ne babeye airport na mpinfo chire mu a te bia na wiamushan jina bia no wom no na nya de suani ne sai so ntine 2015 ena mpinfo etu airport no mu chire mu a oba be nsiesie mapa honom se na be na bia ne mu betumi abie wiamushan akese ne nketo nyina atumi aba ho bi na airport na nimu atumi abanyam na afei na nsiesie dwumadi na mpinfo ye wo honom no ne fedi kan no wawie we amoso afa wo no ena transport ministry asoye no odano urumanyamfo kokwo for Yesiama abona akwakwo se na dwumadi no asi akọ wodi nsem sei etudwa
a simple idea near Babe. We are coming for inspection, and when it is that the expert approved, say everything is okay, then I can assure you it will not be long. You will see the plane flying to Sinani. The Air Force are now going to go around with their people. They will take about 30 minutes together with the civil aviation to check if all the regulatory requirements are met. Then we can say that it will not be long. The planes will come. Aviation industry is a very high regulatory standard industry, and if you miss any of the standards, it means that human's life are at stake. That is why the government closed it down, and we decided that we need to, it was time for us to renovate this airport. And no one idea until 2015, and you renovate here to meet Akyere standard. Because international civil of aviation, maybe a plane civilian more higher standard as we meet. When we the president took over, they realized that there's a problem with non airport. We had no option than to close it down because now we are
Nanu achire no ena osoafa wo no ena bonomantam no da no urumanyamfo Madam Justina wo suba na hene enso kasa wase na wo chire mu a bia ya mpinfo na timawie face no mpo ne de pa we ebebo makonia badie ne dwadie timafa ne ntoma pa edie fira e wo mantam no mu wo chire mu a wiamusia adwuma ekuo bi etese passion air ene wona okeka ho no wo krampo de waye krado se biri bia mpinfo be airport no atum no obefira se no wadi dwuma e de abasunwan
Yanyina yenim se pese ye kwankran ana ye kokro foforo so ekodi adwuma na ye tu kwan ye nam fom efiri ha ye kokuma sa na se nkata bia na ye ni brepa o ba se ko meeting e wa Accra e se wo de 3 days aso so se nyame ya adom na se airport bibia se de ye kekeken be na watwe di anum ya se dadi na se ye kwa anapa wusimu a hwe be don hwe ba ko waduru ukodu wie meeting na be no na be san nya asade aba se elupre no eni hɔ no mo a ba fro ka efiri ha 8 hours 9 hours akodu nkran wabre ade che we meeting ni wi a opon no na o se woda ansa na nasa so no wasa asimu aba na ye se economic wise ani bibia no ana ye health kra be na na se nyina so atata ti me giri se airport ye nyame adoma mpanyifo aba enne ye pa ho ye ho dwumadie na eni be se na otwemenu bia no alupre be di akoni aba me giri se ye nyina atadwe yate de
feeling very proud that our airport is ready to start operations. We believe that the contractor and the consultant have delivered on time and to a very high standard. We are just waiting to start operations because it means a lot to us as Ghana airports to also be able to earn the revenue that comes from a key place like Sunyai. We have a lot of the questions, a lot of the calls coming from the domestic airlines wanting to come here. And so we are thrilled that today, as we are here to do the inspection, we'll go back with good news. And in a few days' time, this airport too will be up and running.
Empanyifo mu da Ghana registered nurses and midwives ekuo no anno wo mu ani trainees bi na afa nurses bi a ye mfa wo nyuma ene midwives ni bi ahia etwetwe nkomo no wo hwe ha wo horo a wo enemu ekwan a obetimi afa so aso ano de afa
ye wo omo wo schools say no a omo je achechre anan tete abe nurse for na midwife for no omo allowance sa ye de ma omo na say ye ka say no up to 11 months of their allowances in Tria Momo. 11 months near Omo 3 years. Omo baby. Over second year for the first year for so almost over various number of months Yentria allowances no Emma Omo. Over Omo year rotation na ye wo Duduana Omo rotation allowance so Yentria ma Omo. Ina ye wo Omo year rotation no Omo train aban ama wa employ mo. It is some yakayina so jina financial clearance. Omangai no muzuhwan na ma financial clearance. Ministry of Finance. Enti yesre se Ministry of Health no onyina ye na onhwe yenim se omo the letters ni bia call Ministry of Finance to ask for the payments of these allowances and to request for posting. And so no yahwe ni mo bibia emai Yedi a trip in Pembebre, Akko, Office of the Director HR, Ministry of Health, and so on, and Pomposi she. And T. Oma Shim Wahay. Any Oma, ya come Master Mamma, yes, some Ministry of Finance, financial clearance, no, on issue Emma trainees, no, Oma, I was in 2 allowances. Oma, my rotation area, young tria. Omo financial clear, Omo rotation allowance, Emma, Omo cra. And then omo gusua omo ye rotation na yentua omo allowances ni bi ma omo and omo wie school wie rotation omo tifie omo train posting ne pono ye omo bia portal no ye bie ma omo up to over 10,000 portal no ye bie ma omo ema omo apply for recruitment and so ebesi ne omo da so tifie yemfa omo adwumam bebre na omo aka Yaya so any akuma panso ayeden etie won nti yenso de ye hawo etu na ni mu wie no no so ya so yeden etie yen na ono so se anamo bi e wo se omutu bi on betu ayeden on betu e de akwa ko hu mpanifo ne de amaye
ne ye baaye no ye consent no ene ye hawo ya mane no ye de ni nyina e be dai ye mother board aye GRNMA na enye emuayom de maaye no kire ye se ampa omota ya chi enu nti yenso yaje atum se ebenyo pepa ni ahwe omanim se omye mpanifo ide de ye bobo no yakasa ho no ye behwekoso ahwe omanim na emerepam no de ne pese me to abaya nim se onhu ye bobo na ye wo fie eye 2019 second badge for no on post ye na ye nko hospital ne nko ye nyuma ne yemfa mo ye man ya yetim
November ya wo mi 3 years ni aye wie su ye gusu tifie ye sra aban ene ni mpanifo ene omo keka ho nyina ne se ye pa omo cho pa ye sra omo ndani omo ni no omo be hwe na ya bre na ye gusu so bre ye sra omo pa
ye sra ye man panyin ni ye mpanifo se rotation necessary midwife ye started national service 2021 December no yes ye financial clearance mai e say ye de come na kwa adwuma ye mu bi ye ha dan baby ye free na omo de akoto ye nim obi a o se ye bedidi se ye betwa ye light bill ye bre it yes ban say o my ye financial clearance na emra bonten se de be ya ye betumi start process na ye nsa tumi aka ye sika
Semufo oda insight the obokrata ano eye Kwesi Pratt Junior watu bi dia mane omampanyi na nado danko akufo de na ban se gina ya omasi ede omai Ghana eko IMF no emwa na omai bie no akọ IMF a ne niema akoyi amane da ni nyina efise busi omo broye no wamfa kwampa so eno omo broye
Our leaders are reckless, it is up to us to throw them out of power and not the IMF. Ghana became independent more than 60 years ago, and we should be guided by the principles which underpin our struggle for national independence and stop this stupidity. We've had enough of this stupidity. Well, small trouble in Ghana. And then we are rushing to the British to come and solve it for us. There are some of our politicians, they made the British High Commission their second home. Some of them, if the American embassy doesn't endorse something, it doesn't exist. Let's end this stupidity. The answer to Ghanaian problems is in Ghana and it's with Ghanaians, not with foreign missions in our country. The answer to Ghanaian problems is in the hands of Ghanaians and not the IMF and certainly not the World Bank. I've heard some people say that we are going to the IMF because the IMF is going to give us $2.5 billion so that we can straighten things up and so on. Now let us assume that there is $2.5 billion for us to go and collect. I don't believe that. Whatever will happen will be based on negotiations which have just started. You understand? The negotiations can break down. And if the negotiations break down, you ain't getting even $1. The IMF's principal responsibility is to keep the sanity of Western financial institutions, to make sure that Western financial institutions do not run aground. Where we are, part of the problem is that we are borrowing without thinking. We are borrowing without sense. So if you are going to go for policy credibility which will make you borrow more, what problem are you solving? What problem are you solving? The worst part of it is when they try to give us reasons why we are here. And they tell us that COVID-19 is one of the reasons why we are here. And they tell us that Russia-Ukrainian war is another reason why we are here. What nonsense. The finance minister went to parliament. Honorable Adongo was there if I lie, you tell me that I lie. The finance minister went to parliament and he says, look, when we got COVID, we got relief. We got relief of 19 billion. And that out of 19 billion, COVID-related expenses was 12 billion. What does that mean? It means we made profit out of COVID. And then he's asked, what did you do with the 7 billion that you didn't spend? He said, we put it in other. So if you made profit out of COVID, how does COVID then become your headache? How does COVID then become your problem?
Yetwa ensem no eso. Ha driver for a woman ewo Amenfi East, Central and West wombuafu. Was a wakwan enkoye enti oyekire ene wo munyina eye. Charles Edwi mahai.
Mejo dose of mame.
Bibia bokode.
Nyame da chen no wa say.
Yankofo adom yentie we.
Jo soft mame in the area briara na yenya nti there. Yako baby today Asenkegwa when yewo Amenfi East, Amenfi Central na Amenfi West. Inti yareka the three Amenfi ni nara. The Mabri another trade district in nara. When now wa ka bom abeye nyimpa kora drivers a wo ho wo trade one akwa ne de soft mame ekoko dru ha obi be say anso buga etina karim na anso buga anhwe ya na tete no akwa kwaso aso obi dem mezop ewo kwa no do me say ntin den part afro wa wo twehye wo ka no sabe onya wa month mpo na car ball joints are no rutu shock absorbers are not say water ya no papa ebi mpo winskins bobo ni sentrin de akwa no the trade district ni nyinara a yabaka de ho ni yenya ye kokoo fi no kwa ni yenye timba ho so na sika kokko wa obabesen oye oman Ghana no we mabri aban eyi nenwa da kwa de sabe jama won kanyimpa wa we you wan akwa da warin ye wo no kwa na mo na ina drivers was afi day dondo afuni tigare nti wa shada na wor call demonstration ya menyore kase sof mame if it's from always fi tapa if you bogo so bodie manso edreba asankegwade de benya car pa da bade obeden sande taxis na trotro cars akesa wo nyinara wa park drivers no sesi abokọ wono wona woro to spa woro to won so woro bobol woro bo Once I what's in a war baby, no worry, saying, you worry so, when you ask me there, they will go to work out for passengers a pub, way to walk with the gua, another way to walk call Aqua Juma party in the Warren Yan and there in Yanochna. The demo demonstration, Warren Ya Aqua Capim, or you could sit down or obey there by 4 days, Warren Ye Juma. Ni sense that said the Aban 81, another region on paying forward 81. Na bells of mammy more oil you were me there. In there, you are Brian Yan and see, do be no yemu be a name or regional minister or Kotor. Now, so you are Briana near Yan and say the regional minister or Kotor, Nara Roka Kosha, Yamakor, a BNB, Elwood, Damo Trade District, you or now. While block upon the regional minister, Pa Babason, no way to walk on the tour, they was worrying yada. Ma on Damama, oh yeah. Amenfi East MCE order hono oye na agenda anko awiabri yara onye drivers no kwa kakasa ewo bodie na wetu wegbe kwan no atum oye honorable Frederick Kranche okwekudru hono on drivers or woru tu su gonodo na wori piempie neti kwa madam abri MCE honorable Frederick Kranche entum and stop drivers no my drivers in the Mabri, the Minorca cities of Mammy, while block a pan of crap, what workers they could sua, and be put the wage of Hawker there. Say, a police for another embrace for one anchor so, but to work up for 2 cars, a barber for cars, no, the Fuquano no way to use Suquana that will use in Madame Mabri, 1 hour of them in Yambia Mabu Brain in Nara, or your bogo so, or your tap, or your boy, no, yeah, Manson, Nasanke Granade. There is no way Obiara Botum a use of Quano. Tis of money. Maurice or Oyeda, Trey, and Memphis now with the brown or on.
Charles, and now almost started the monosena, Anya Susan, so a man from Bediaconia Basso Elho.
Soft mammy, when you Susan, no pals, and there may be a yam way you call the band, or to move fiba of a bouquet baby to the tapa. Mobile tumpa for Wada, but Tapra, this and their honor. Ne yabakere kwaye no okodo pa de broze banche na boki kan hu bia yenyan wo efumu ala kwaye mu no wotumi di bi batakrade na wo boboton e matakrade fo da mabri de mezi ba no fi hwenyi nara no e biale ntumu fita na payback da mabri de ba no biale ni wa wetu wa ba bodu takrade na ma obeyen susando pa ye de mu de zibande so gukale ma obopro nti fiti nde kapim kosida wose wolumbe kwa no another work demonstration a warren fa passenger biara na one fa ejibanon fa for kwa no do day o chede kuafo na hwana wato na ade wogoma na wato na ediban oye broad na banchi na ade na day within 4 days day yeah expect today the mejiban ni nara obo pro no yerinya mfa bodu takrade na nke na wa aka no mpo we bi wedi nti susanda o de babra nkofo pa on
Mr. Otene no ma me se obi kita no ane private car o masi kwan no oni kun bede akwa na o mo de o mo betimi afemako
kwan ne de wa block no kra
ni nyina
minister mpo what's what man kwan ma mba mese no kwan no to nti wa block kwan no kra
nti o mo drivers na ye man krankran so nko obi enko ba bia
what's the mabri trade district ni nyinara drivers o we nyinara abom de wolumbe kwan no mo bia kapim kosida ansa no we gbe kwan na ato
Charles for ni di a bibia ni ebesa ba won chen Charles eji ebe ma mo ene amanebo yeba enkran di a yeko elwak mabna eye adomba mabna ewo National Identification Authority for AD Juma na yekeka sa de dom akogu ho no mabna ma hai
ya
baby a wugina ni twafo nyi che
mini oba tisi am no ka say de mechina enkran eye elwak na sa wo ba ha say ya eye Ghana card ho dwumadie na ekoso ha nanso no betie mu sisi ade a adaje ni kutokra ene sen ni nyina ne se eni padodo na abebo apeso e wa ha sei a mo nyina place ono msa beka Ghana card ni nyina reason one particular reason ene say Ghana card ya or say one link to bank account ene wo sim card ni ade no say ye bedu ha ene amanfo edi nkomo no bebre na omo efo ha mo stress amanfo komo ha sei no mini obanya asem kokokra na onom etre say edimo ye ne edimo kasa no bi tre say eya homache 430 edimo so HSA therefore and no mobile bedroom has said Dimufi Tamale Dimufi Afia Kaswa and no mobile bedroom ha na mobile and no stages no more femono and yasem fafra ubedin kan akọ first stage I hono afi na yeba beji wudi ne particular to send ya afi na oba be ya gana card no ufi hon so I be ma paper dia obesan akọ DQ foforo hono and a betro Ghana card na I rubber no the number at the amount. Now if you want so what time could DQ for far a hono now because data I was say one plan last stage a hono on betro said 2 weeks and I said 3 weeks no waba I bet it. Now be now so how or more FM wahane say or more chess and staff now or more send it to or more mobile bedroom Ghana card no they are not enough or musa. Don't be brave, when you know, Nipa soup, and I said, when Nipa don't be brave, you know, and some come over stress. The telcos no stress 31st of this month, that's a mobile chat on a deadline or Monday back and so, some cards are young and link to Ghana card now. And then come on, my staff to know, and also, ever has said, young Quebec, one, I content 70 said, and Omoba Mujina Monasa, now, 1 hour, that line no movie. Line and cockra, and it is stress amount for fame or had ye, and yasam kotwa. A bit much almost I say 4 days in ye, a bit more 3 days in ye, as many about as some kotwa, Eric said ye, and yasam kotwa. And not stress amount for fame and ye.
And not dress and penny for bets not say I did you may.
Maybe I shall say.
How many days?
Oh, almost
okay.
Now, and penifying the send your months, my yes, you know, your trip bomb sank your non between Komokakra, as no much as say, ye yabuchena, or more apple beer, or Beccata on behalf of them, and to know, you say I am no Casay, dear, you were Hasaya, may change opinion or no, or near and by between Komo. But almost what you say, Cardinal, I ready, be I ready, Ewaha, and some more chance a round number barbagy. Ena ye kosa table no ho na that table na class no go on there eno so no mo di sa kiu no mo na che se e bia mo ama 2 weeks and after 3 weeks e ba beji ene na se wo ba wo be kosa table no ho and the wo ba watch 5 minutes then na won saka na mum se wo beji wo card wo di akọ telcos ni de e di akọ MTN na se go da wo connect to wo sim card no kwa ya si card na kwa no data be in this so and so on bra back now be verify if you so mo kwahia hye ni director mo so mo bra error class and mo ban so a q net dahan easy line dahan no enya sam move kra you know stress amount for FM e wa ha say enon
adumba ma abna ye ma mo ani adwuma o afi yenko ensem foforo emu yekọ amanone ensem na hu bi ne nam omanfo so mo tetesi Russia mampanyi Vladimir Putin o yare yesi akokora yare wanya cancer nipa bebre ni age o mo keka social media ni ade when na chief CIA officer ba ko se enye nokre hwan Putin also hu no ne ho dendenden akokora no ho ye wom so akakakra bi no wadi 70 years so ne ho ye pa ojina ne nan so onya cancer bia se da omanfo keka no William Benz na eche se adanse bia ne wo eche se Russia mampanyi Vladimir Putin no yare se da omanfo keka no nyare opanyi ne ho odin da so ojina ne nan so no si Putin onim no onfa asam nche o ye tintintin wo so asem mu a obetwe agi sa ati se wei enu amu no da so gina ode afofo akọ Ukraine so enti se da omanfo keka so yare na ase se ne ho mfa no enti e bia niam mbagugo no opanyi nche se da enye no kre Vladimir Putin ne ho odin oda so ojina na so nti omanfo keka na che so muntum da enya dia wonya cancer bia apomuden die obi pa Yanye abuafo nkrato eba bongo di fara e de beko agoprama so ensemu ye ba sisia